Before we start, I just want to make sure, can you guys hear me? Can y'all hear me? Do I sound good? Put a one in the chat. Do I sound good? Um, I've been having this issue where it'll default to the new camera instead of my microphone, so that's why I want to make sure. But what's up, everybody? Um, Now that I got the new camera, the lens is wider, so now I need to fill in this space right here. I was gonna go downstairs and try to do this whole setup thing, but it was gonna take too long. I'm a little bit further away now from you guys. I don't feel like up close and personal like I used to. Like we used to be up close and personal. Now I'm kind of far away. Okay, y'all hear me? I'm good. Okay, well, let's play the intro and then let's get everybody to come on into the show. We got a good show for you guys. We're going to talk about Chris Brown. We're going to talk about Wendy Williams. There's a lot going on, so we gonna talk about it and have a good discussion like always. All right, let's get to it. What's up, everybody, and welcome to a brand new episode of Talk the Real Deal with AT2. And yes, I'm your boy AT2. How everybody doing? How everybody living? How everybody feeling? What's up? Let me say what's up to the people. What's up, Candy? Shout out to you being the first one here. What's up, Grandma Joy? What's up, Winnie? I love seeing my members. Shout out to my AT-tubers. What's up, Peaches? How you doing? What's up, Marlon? How you doing? Who else we got here? What's up, Valerie? What's up, Lisa? What's up, Netta? What's up, Crab? Who else? What's up, Michelle? What's up, Ronnie? What's up, Miss Kitty? What's up, Miss Baton Rouge? What's up, Joyce? What's up, Beauty for Ashes? What's up, Purely Plush? What's up, Miss Kitty? I think I already said what's up, but hey, why not say it again, right? Hello. What's up, everybody? Lizette? Yes, hashtag free Wendy. What's up, Foreign Bay? I see you too. Trey, Lexi, Unicorn, Linda. All right. Enough with the intros. Let's go ahead and get started with the show. I just got so I have to go through another app to like adjust the camera and stuff like that. I thought I could do it directly in StreamYard, but no, you can't. So we're gonna have to roll with it, rock with it. Shout out to Michelle ATLian Brown. I used her link to purchase this camera. It's just the Logitech, the Brio. So I went ahead and upgraded it just because I was like, you know what? Let me just do a little minor change. And then later on, when I'll get a little bit more money, we'll go ahead and start doing the other cameras and stuff like that. We'll mess around with more technology and stuff. Minor upgrades, just a little upgrade, It's snowing in Alabama? Oh, wow. That's wild. It does get snow there, right? Not frequently, though. All right. So without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about Chris Brown. So I don't know if you guys seen this, but Chris Brown, he's suing Discovery ID. He's suing them because they did a documentary back in October, right? And basically put it out there that he's a violent man. Now, let me just say this real quick. Does Chris Brown have a little violent tendency to him? I mean, yeah, but it's not necessarily that. It's more of the lies they're telling in the documentary. And we're going to get to, because this is also in comparison to the whole Diddy thing as well, too. What I didn't like about his documentary. So we're going to touch on that too as well. But let me go ahead and read the statement to you guys. And for whatever reason, it's small as hell. So I can't read it to y'all on the screen. So let me pull up my phone real quick and read it from there. Yo, and I tried to blow it up, but it didn't look right when I blew it up on the computer. So yeah, yeah. All right. So it says Chris Brown files a $500 million lawsuit against Ample LLC and Warner Brothers in response to the defamatory documentary. Um, McCawthorn, Skahuchi, Evans attorneys, Levi G. McCarthan II, and Evan Shalik are representing singers. Damn, he got a lot of lawyers. Singer, songwriter, and rapper Chris Brown in a $500 million lawsuit filed on January 21st, 2025 in the Superior Court of Los Angeles against Ample LLC and Warner Brothers, along with individuals responsible for producing Chris Brown, A History of Violence. Y'all, that was the title of it. Chris Brown, The History of Violence. Despite being notified of the false and misleading narrative accusing Mr. Brown of heinous acts, including sexual assault and evidence tampering allegations that had been discredited in court and dismissed as baseless, the defendants released the documentary on October 27, 2024, without regard for Mr. Brown prioritizing profits over journalistic integrity. In doing so, they sensationalized debunked claims to drive viewership and revenue, recklessly damaging Mr. Brown's reputation and spreading false information to the public. To be clear, let's be clear, to be clear, Mr. Brown has never been found at fault for any type of sexual crime. Central to the documentary's narrative is Deja Chantel Frank, identified as Jane Doe in the film. Her false allegations against Mr. Brown were thoroughly discredited in court years ago. Frank is a documented perpetrator of domestic violence with a history that includes physical assault and threats of violence against her romantic partner. So they're putting Jane Doe, aka Deja Chantel Frank, on blast. And by the way, if you guys didn't know, this was the girl who was being represented by Ariel Mitchell. That's the girl. So it continues. Specific to Mr. Brown, it is evident that any interactions and relationship between him and Miss Frank were consensual. This is supported by numerous texts and voice messages sent to Miss Frank to Mr. Brown, in which she actively pursued a relationship with him. It is perplexing that these production companies would elevate her and discredited claims over the truth established in court of law. Despite being fully aware of these facts prior to the documentary release, Ample LLC and Warner Brothers chose to amplify her defamatory lies, an outrageous act that not only undermines journalistic integrity, but also disrespects the experiences of genuine survivors of intimate partner violence. So there you go. It continues. This case is about protecting the truth, and Mr. Brown's attorney, Levi McCarthan, despite being provided with evidence disproving their claims, the producers of this documentary intentionally promoted false and defamatory information, knowingly disregarding their ethical obligations as journalists. Their actions undermine not only Mr. Brown's decade-long efforts to rebuild his life, but also the credibility of true survivors of violence. Through this legal action, Mr. Brown seeks accountability that aims to stand against the exploitation of misinformation for personal gain. Additionally, a portion of the $500 million will be donated to survivors of sexual abuse. His 2017 documentary, Chris Brown, Welcome to My Life, remains the definitive account of his experience and growth. So there you have it. That's what Chris Brown had to say. It was crazy because there is actual information that you can go, okay, Chris Brown is this, Chris Brown is that, right? Rihanna, Karuchi, you can use those as example. But this case, and granted, I did not look up the case. It was already thrown out in court. So with that being said, they still continue with this documentary. And what you will notice And I hate to make it about race, but because I'm black, I'm going to make it about race. It seems like what they want to do is anybody who had allegations, they're just going to basically run with it. They're going to run with anybody who has allegations and put it in a documentary to capitalize off this Diddy shit. That's what's going on, y'all. They want to capitalize off the Diddy stuff. Am I saying Diddy is innocent? No, I am not saying Diddy is innocent. But they are going to run with a narrative and run with things like, oh, this person got a lawsuit against them, and not even try to look at the facts. They just want to damage people and run off this success and be like, everybody's doing it. And I'm cool if we're going to say everybody is doing it, but let's get some of the Caucasians, you know? Let's get some of the Caucasians, like Mike Jeffries, who was the head of Abercrombie and Fitch. We need another documentary on him. What's up, Jackie? You know, let's get another documentary on him. And it's funny because the initial documentary that was done by the BBC over in London, I can't find that anywhere. And I don't know, maybe because I need to change the VPN, but I can't find it. So that's interesting. I can't find that. But anything with Diddy, I can find all his documentaries. I'm just saying. And yes, thank you, Couture Bay. Like this video as well, too. And like I said, if it was something in regards to Rihanna, Karrueche, okay, you would have something. But you can't just run with a case that was already proven to be dishonest. And mind you, according to what they're saying is that they even refuted the information in the documentary and gave them like, hey, this is what actually happened. This was going on. So I haven't watched the documentary, but what I'm understanding, they didn't give Chris Brown's side to it. They didn't show that. They just perpetuated this woman, Deja, as the victim and then just ran with that. Now, again, I will try to look it up tonight and watch that documentary so I can get it from my perspective and see what happened, what went on, and see if I agree with it. I might come back and be like, you know what? I changed my mind. Or I might be all like, nah, Chris, you know what you be doing, Chris, you know? He does got a temper on him, you know? That's evident. He has a history of violence. And I don't think, even though the title had said something about violence, it was saying that he was an essayer. That was the main thing. Yeah, I had the situation with Rihanna, and, you know, I had a situation with Karrueche, but they never said that he essayed them. And some people be all like, okay, well, what's the difference between DV and what's the difference between sexual? And y'all know the difference. Come on now. Now, am I saying, because again, I know what me being a man, some people can misconstrue what I'm saying, but I'm not saying it's okay. But what I am saying is that it is two different things. And legally, you want to be accurate. Legally, you have to be accurate as possible. And if Chris Brown people were willing to give you their side and their information and what they had and show you like, hey, this has already been debunked and you just decided to run with the narrative, that's the problem. And so I hope Chris Brown does get his money. If they turn out to be a liar, I hope he does get his money. And exactly, Couture Bay. That's why I wanted to make that clear. It's about the essay. It's about, and I'll say the word, sexual assault. That's what the lawsuit is about. And it's getting to the point, too, where we have all these people that come forward and say that they're victims. And I hate to seem like a person that's anti-victim. I am not anti-victim. If you are a victim, you should come forward. You should speak out. However, I do think that there is a responsibility to have receipts, to have actual information. A lot of these people, and not in this case with Deja, because it was shown that she was trying to pursue Chris Brown, but a lot of these situations, it's like these aren't even people connected to the industry. Like with the Jay-Z and Diddy lawsuit with the 13-year-old. I know some people still run with it and they say, oh, I believe the 13-year-old. I don't see how, because after, checking out that interview and watching it, and now the girl can't get her story straight. The dad doesn't remember it. The friend is deceased. I'm like, oh, nah, you playing in our face. Y'all are playing in our face. And it's all like, damn, there might be actual people out there who are victims. Right? But then you get these ambulance chasers like a freaking Ariel Mitchell. Yes, I am saying Ariel Mitchell is an ambulance chaser. Like a Tyrone Blackburn. Yes, I'm saying Tyrone Blackburn is an ambulance chaser. Like, because we ain't gonna forget the Caucasians, a Tony Busby, an ambulance chaser. And for those YouTubers who are in bed with these lawyers, you should be careful. And especially if you out there trying to lie. I know I said lie and get the bag, damn it. Shut up. But in this case, for you YouTubers peddling this information as true, and you know for a fact, and you're out there trying to spin narratives to make it sound a certain way, they coming for you. They gonna get you. Anybody got anything to say about this before we move on? Let me Michelle, I don't think she sued him, but she was the lawyer that represented the girl. I don't think she had a direct lawsuit. I'll look that up. What's up, beautiful? Oh, you preaching tonight? Oh, Mo, listen. Yesterday was something, and today gonna be something too as well. Trust me. Right. I hated that. Yeah, I didn't like it. I did not like it either. And that's what I was saying about the Diddy documentary. Like, you'll just have people in there, but they have no receipts. Like with that Diddy documentary, it was nothing like I want to say new. Everything we knew about it. And I'm talking about the one that was on Peacock. Everything that was said, we knew about it. Oh, okay, Michelle. I just wanted to make sure. Yeah, but everything in that Diddy documentary, we knew about it. It was nothing new. There was a few things like I didn't pay attention to in the media, and so I didn't comment on it. But everything was already out there. It was nothing like, oh my God, like this is what. I guess the only thing that was new in that Diddy documentary was the best friend, the childhood friend that now live in the woods and he's off the grid and stuff like that. That was the only thing that was like new, but I mean, yeah, it was nothing shocking. I just didn't understand what was the point of that. Okay, nobody has any comment on Chris Brown. Y'all ready to move on to Wendy? Okay, we'll move on to Wendy. All right. So I wanted to point out, and it's very important to point out, how clout chasing your relative can go absolutely wrong. And I think sometimes your relative, oh shit, oh Lord, we gonna get into it. Oh Jesus. I'm gonna say this without trying to really go in, but I feel sometimes family can be jealous of your success, and sometimes they feel that they are owed something. they are owed a part of your success. But no one is owed anything if you did not help. If you did not help, you aren't owed anything. And with Tommy, he feels like he should be at the same level as Wendy. We're going to pull it up here. Don't worry. And yes, hit that like button. Shout out to Denitria. Denitria, where we at on the likes? Are they hitting that like button? Because if y'all hit, like Couture Bay said today, if y'all ain't hitting that like button, we going to get out of here. She cracked me up when she say that, but it's the truth. Shit. Now, y'all want me begging on here for money, or which y'all can still donate. Y'all see the PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, all that. But, you know, the like button is free. Now, at least do that. Come on now. All right, so we're going to go ahead and take a look at this interview. All right, and then let's go ahead and get those likes up. Here we go.
Her statements today, to hear her so vulnerable and raw, it was very, very emotional for us all. Can you tell me what your reaction has been to what you've heard today?
Dumbfounded. I couldn't believe it. I spoke with Wendy last night. We spoke just for a few minutes. I was going to patch my dad in on three-way, and I had no luck doing that. And so we stayed on the phone. We just talked for a little bit, and then Wendy told me that she had some calls to make. Which spiked my interest, but not that much because I know she makes her calls. And, you know, that's how she stays occupied there. So I didn't overthink anything. This morning I got a call from a buddy of mine, and he said, you'll be on the Breakfast Club this morning. It looks like Wendy will be on the Breakfast Club this morning.
So mind you, right there, right? He talked to Wendy. And Wendy, you know, had a quick conversation with him, and that was it. He got a call from a friend saying that Wendy was going to be on the Breakfast Club the next morning. Wendy didn't even tell him. I still don't know if Wendy actually talks to him. No, that's not Joy Taylor. No, that's not Joy Taylor. I still don't know if Wendy actually talks to him. I think Wendy, well, I don't want to give it away. Let me go ahead and continue.
And I was concerned. And
when you say you were dumbfounded, you were dumbfounded that she has made these statements, or that you didn't know this is how she was feeling?
I knew that this is how she was feeling. I was unaware that she was going to come out and make the statements, and I was unaware of the platform in which she was going to use in terms of the Breakfast Club.
So he didn't know shit. That's the translation, y'all. He didn't know shit. All right, let's continue.
You know, I'm an avid watcher of Wendy. I've watched her shows loads of times, and I know her personality.
He's a fan.
I know she's mainstream. You know, she's everybody's girl. And you know, the Breakfast Club went in on me last week. They brought up my T-shirts that I had designed and or my wife designed, and I tried to get out as I had an interview last Sunday. And I wanted to have something tangible that I can go ahead and put out there for the people, because they seem so interested and so concerned and so supportive of my sister. And I didn't feel comfortable getting anything because, you know, it's a slippery slope. I don't really know the legalities of it all. And I didn't want to put myself too far ahead without conferencing with family or, you know, it just didn't feel right. I had the T-shirts for like a year, over a year.
What did they say? Just for the audience, what did they say? Those teachers? Free Wendy.
Free Wendy. Hashtag Free Wendy.
Remember, I showed y'all them ugly T-shirts. Them T-shirts were pitiful. That's why nobody wanted to buy those T-shirts. And honestly, how do we know, Tommy, that the money is going to go to Wendy? How do we know that for a fact? And mind you, Wendy didn't even know about the shirts. He told Wendy about the shirts. So he's working in opposition of what they already got going on. He's an op. He is an op. And thank you, beautiful, by the way. She said, here we go with the the T-shirts. Why somebody said Tommy married to a... Oh my God, y'all are horrible. Y'all are horrible. All right, here we go.
Simple shirts have a crown on them. They're made on StreamYard, which is the platform that I use. And StreamYard, it's not like it's not like Hanes, our Her Way.
It's through YouTube, not StreamYard.
You kind of go in, cut, paste, move things around, and my wife did it, and she came up with something. Voila!
But Tommy, hold on that point. I want to cut you off, but just when I hear Free Wendy, it obviously reminds me of Free Britney, which was obviously a campaign because people believe that she was unfairly in a conservatorship and guardianship, and that she was, for lack of a better phrase, being treated similarly to what Wendy has said she has felt she's been treated. Do you think that she is not being treated appropriately, or that her diagnosis is inaccurate? Because she has said that she is not cognitively impaired.
Well, I'm not a doctor, but I do know my sister, and Britney Spears. I mean, I'm an individualistic type.
So right here, this perked my ears up, because Tommy literally could have been like, Wendy's good. Like, she's not cognitively impaired. Like, she's not incapacitated, as they've been saying. I've had conversations with Wendy, blah, 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 blah. This also lets me know that he doesn't really talk to Wendy. This lets me know everything. I'm telling y'all.
First, I look at case by case. That's what Britney, this is Wendy. It's similar. I hadn't followed Britney, so I can't speak on it, but I can say that, Wendy is solid in her thoughts, in her delivery. I think the only things that she takes pause on is that, with all this legal stuff going on, she has to make sure that she is doing things appropriately and not speaking over outside of her realm. So I think that, she's always been on point. And I think that's a, if anything, that is something to key in on, the fact that she is still, and that she still knows when to stop and when to start. I mean, people want everything, but Wendy, just like when she did her show, she didn't deliver everything. Doses. And at this point, doses are most important because you're dealing with the judicial system. So I feel as though...
Yeah. Well, hold on. Do you think that she is mutating doses? Do you think that this is part of a strategy for her to have the courts reassess her guardianship? And if so, are you hoping that they will have a...
Now, CNN need their ass whooped. And the reason why they need their ass whooped is because Tommy don't know shit. He don't know what's going on. He literally guessing. He guessing like we guess. He guessing like we guess, y'all. He don't know nothing. I'm telling you.
New situation for her, or perhaps have her of her own agency again?
Yeah, I think that, by all means, I think this is definitely, Wendy's thoughts behind this is definitely to make people aware and bring and have the spotlight, come her way and show light on some of the injustices that are going on that she feels along this journey of guardianship.
Is the family doing anything? I mean, how often are you in contact with her? Right. Are you helping her to facilitate what appears to be her desire to leave this guardianship or leave the facility that she's in?
Well, I stay in touch with Wendy, and I do the best I can in terms of, well, I can't say I do the best I can. I do it. I'm myself. And so there
you have it. He does it himself. He does it by himself. Everything is for self. Nothing is to benefit Wendy. He's a liar. He's a fraud. He deserves to not have any communication with Wendy. No communication with Wendy. He's the one, and mind you, Alex is now, her niece is now doing interviews, right? Because they're trying to get the people out there rallying behind Wendy. But before that, Tommy is the only one on his channel every day using Wendy in the hashtags, using Wendy's pictures, always mentioning something about Wendy, but not telling us shit. Not telling us anything. How did Charlemagne have the exclusive and you didn't have the exclusive? Everything about Wendy we should know through Tommy. How don't we know what's going on when you are her brother? You should know everything. She shouldn't even have to have gone on the Breakfast Club. Why can't you call? Why can't Wendy call you and you be like, "Hey, Wendy, can I go live? You know, let the people know how you doing. Blah blah blah. Put the phone to the camera or the mic, and then let Wendy talk and ramble." Why can't Tommy do that? And again, I think he does talk to Wendy. Like, no, here we go. I think Wendy calls him, but I don't think she talks to him. And I'll explain in a minute. Here we go.
Is the best that I can. And so what I do is I speak with Wendy on a regular basis. At one time, things weren't happening on a regular basis. The calls would all have to be patched in. I was kind of at the latter end of the patching in. Because I'm outspoken and because I definitely speak up and I don't censor myself. I try not to. I'm not the most popular at times, and so I was the last one brought into the fold on the Family Talks with Wendy. But when I was brought in, I quickly rekindled with Wendy, moved forward, and got a chance to be besties all over again. So we get our call. I talk to Wendy, geez, maybe 2 times a day. She'll call or.
And you guys, I understand that he doesn't have a platform, right? I already told you he's shadow banned, blah blah blah. But like I said, if there was something going on with my sister, I would have the information and I'd be able to tell you guys. There's nothing that would happen to my sister that I wouldn't know about. Whenever my sister has an emergency, she calls me. Something like this, if they wanted to keep it private, that they were doing this or keep him out of it, that tells you everything you need to know. I don't think it's just Wendy that don't with him. I think the whole family, besides the dad, don't with him. Let's really wake it up.
I'll see a missed call, or she generally catches me in the evening. It's a matter of when I'm.
And wake the hell up and hit that like button, by the way.
When I'm free and when she wants to give a call, I'm always looking. And there's very few times that it goes beyond 2 rings because I'm so much looking forward to talking to Wendy because, now having that, I have a sister Wanda and I have a sister Wendy. Mm-hmm. And I'm the youngest brother. I'm the youngest, the only brother, Tommy. And, so for me, it's nice to just be in communication. Now she's not down here. And, quite frankly, even during the course of her, her television show and things like that, we didn't speak on a regular basis like we are now.
And when you speak to her now, though, just to be clear, when you speak to her now, you do not believe that Wendy should be in a guardianship?
No, not at all.
Do you think is there a space that Wendy should be in? Should she be returned to her full autonomy?
Yes.
And does your family, your sister and your father, I know you speak for yourself, do they agree with you?
Absolutely.
So the only holdup is what the courts will do.
The only holdup is the courts. Yes.
Tommy, it's pretty unbelievable to think about what we've heard today, not from you, but from what we've heard, to think of someone like Wendy, who we all feel like we know so well, to go through what she's going through.
I know something too. He doesn't look sad. This fool has been smiling and cheesing the whole interview because he just likes being seen. When Wendy said that he wants to wear her dress, I don't think she was lying.
And so many unanswered questions. Thank you so much. I know we'll continue our conversation. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. I also want to share, because
yo, look at her face. Hold on, let me blow it up real quick. Look at her face. Because she was all like, yo, this is how I feel when y'all get on my panel. I know y'all gonna be mad at me, but this is how I feel when y'all get on my panel. I'll be all like, bitch, I'm trying to end this shit and you still talking. Why are you talking when I'm trying to end this shit? That's the look on her face. That be my look. I'll be like, shut up. Stop talking. I'm trying to end the show. you know I love y'all. I love y'all. You know that's why people don't want to be clicking my link. I'm sorry, y'all. That be my face. I'll be like, oh, okay, well, thank you for AT2. Let me say this. No, I'm trying to I know I ain't right. I know. Shout out to all the panelists that came up yesterday. I appreciate y'all. That show I did not mind going long. Like that was a good show. I didn't mind that. That was actually a great discussion. But there's other times I'm all like, all right, okay, all right, okay, all right. And then like they just keep going and going, and I'm all like, well, did you give me some money? Like, if you paid me, okay, you can run your mouth. I don't mind that. But if you ain't gave me no money, okay, that's enough. All right, let's move on. I'm glad Ronnie is laughing. Ronnie knows I love her. Ronnie knows. But you know what? Ronnie will catch herself. She'll be like, okay, ATT, let me just say this real quick. Ronnie will catch herself. So, yeah, Ronnie know what I'm talking about, though.
This is also very important. I think, how Wendy, moves about and, and this is a system that's in place, and compliance is the word that comes to mind. It comes to mind all of the time. Now, everybody doesn't do the right thing all the time, but there are certain points. If you want something, you need to do the right thing. So what does the right thing look like in this situation? I certainly feel as though, and I know this is one of the questions you posed, but this is something that I have on my chest. I want to share if I can. I believe that, coming down and spending the time is important. There we go. But it's the matter of what kind of time and quality time.
Of course.
I'll be all like, our advertisers, we got to pay our advertisers. Okay, let's go. Okay, we got to go. Commercial break. I would have cut him mid sentence. I would have been like, we ain't got time for that, because basically this whole interview, he didn't tell her shit. He didn't know nothing. He wasn't in the know of anything like that. Like, okay, well, what are you here for if you can't tell me nothing?
Very much anticipating Wendy's arrival when she came down. I was looking forward to traditional family time with Wendy, the kind that we've been missing all this while. Mm-hmm. And so when we got together, and it was, going out, and I understand everything it was a big celebration time. My nephew graduating, us being able to see Wendy after all this time, definitely reason to celebrate. I just wish we had done it a little bit differently, because there's some differences in who was appointed to come down.
Sure.
And the differences and I laid them out on my live on the Tommy Williams show on YouTube, and I specifically had mentioned, a couple of things that I felt as though were deterrents from,
This nigga just plugged his show. He just plugged his show.
The path that I thought that Wendy probably should have followed, and probably.
Well, I'm going to have to listen to that to make sure we fully understand all the scope of it.
No, you don't.
Hear your perspective as her brother, Tommy.
Ain't nothing on there.
For joining us, I do appreciate it. I want to read a statement from an attorney representing Wendy in a lawsuit separate from the guardianship issue, saying in a statement about her interviews today, Wendy's condition will only get worse with time, and she will require care for the rest of her life. But as anyone who has had a family member with dementia knows, Wendy has both good days and bad days.
All right, so we can go ahead and stop it right there. Now, I do want to say there is some great news. Wendy does have a lawyer now. Wendy is being represented. Hold on, let me pull it up here. And shout out to Tasha K. I think that's dope because, I did play her interview, or not her interview, but her show when she was going in on Wendy's family and stuff like that. But, Tasha K is an entertainer. She might like cuss and all that stuff and, try to entertain the people, but she'll take a step back and be like, okay, how can we help? Like, Tasha K doesn't like coming off like a good guy. So she's a villain. Remember I told you with us YouTubers, we're like professional wrestlers. We either play the baby face or the heel. Tasha K is definitely the heel, the bad guy, and she plays that role. She plays it swell. She plays it good. But here we go. Let me pull it up and let's share this. You know, hold on. Let me see. All right, there we go. All right, and that is way too small to see on here, so let me pull it up on my phone. So it says, update, retains legal team thanks to Wino gang support, big move in guardianship case. So here we go. 121.25 update. We will be officially retaining the law firm for Schwartz. I think it's Slackus, right? Shit. You know, I'm not. I'm only 25% European. Greenberg Atlas LLP to represent Alex Finney to the petition to the court to address all issues. And Alex Finney is her niece, by the way. All issues pertaining to Wendy Williams' guardianship. Lead attorneys are Jason Atlas and Brett Nussbaum. A $20K retainer will be submitted from the GoFundMe from Wendy to her fans. Morning update. Today is 121. I have a black Versace robe and a Victoria's Secret black bra, and I am watching Botch. But my body is hitting and holding with my red lipstick because it's winter. Still here in this luxury prison. Keep you all updated. Wendy, how you doing? Shout it out. Did I really just read it like that? How you doing? Shut up. Don't judge me. Judge your mama. Thank you so much to my supporters and Tasha K and the Wino gang. So there you go. She shouted out Tasha K and the Wino gang, and she got legal representation. And $20K of that money is going to be used. I'm happy for her. Oh, she's at 35,000. I was just about to pull it up. Thank you, Shabby. Now I ain't got to pull it up. Yeah, I think that's dope. You know what? It's surprising. I'm surprised that it's not more. Before I let my guest up, let's do a 30-second poll. Are you surprised that Wendy has not raised more? Yes or no? 30 seconds. Let me go read my $2. Let me go give Wendy $2 real quick because I feel bad. Like I'm all like, damn, out of all Wendy fans, like maybe because nobody knows the link, maybe that's what it is. But I'm very surprised. Oh, it's not being properly marketed. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's not being properly marketed. I just have a feeling if more people knew where to go to find, because I don't even know where to go to find it. I know I can probably look on GoFundMe, but ain't nobody trying to do all that research. Like, we just want a link and we just want to click it. Okay, what I'm going to do, because Uncle Charles wants to come up, I'm going to let Uncle Charles speak his piece, and then let me bounce out while I try to find it real quick. What's up, Uncle Charles? How you doing?
What's up, A2? What's happening?
Nothing much. The floor is yours for a couple of minutes. I'm gonna go do some research, and I'm gonna let you go ahead and take the floor. I'll be.
Yes, sir. Let me say this. I know how people could be. I know how family could be. So let me tell anybody out there in listening land: if you run into some money, don't let nobody know. Not even nobody in your motherfucking family, because they will rawhide your ass like you at the Kentucky Derby. They will ride you into utopia. This is what they'll do. Let me explain something to you. Her family don't care about it. They don't care about it. If I wouldn't be surprised and they get behind them closed doors and they waiting for her to die, where they can separate their money, separate her goddamn money. And, they said, well, he don't know what the hell he's talking about. I'll be goddamn if I don't. I'll be damn. Look at Prince. Look at Prince. Prince ain't talked to his half sister, half brother in years. But they sure tore that motherfucking street up going down there to that goddamn lawyer's office to get half of his motherfucking money. This is not a game. They said, well, you still ain't making no sense. Okay, let me help you again, because some people are fast and some people are slow. So let me say it slow this time. Richard Pryor. When he was in that freebasing, he smoking crack, burning himself up, smoking crack and freebasing. They thought he was dead. They had already separated his shit, and he wasn't even dead yet. So don't tell me what family won't do. I got the same shit happen to me. I got a nice, big, fat, juicy chick. And I got phone calls in the middle of the fucking night. I'm thinking I done did some owe somebody or something. I said, well, hell, you know.
Uncle Charles, not too many F words. You're gonna get me demonetized. Go ahead.
Got you. I thought I owed somebody. I know I didn't owe nobody. Let me tell y'all something, man. Let me tell y'all something. When you get your money, I don't care what revenue source you get it from. I don't give a doggone where you get it from. Don't tell your family. I have seen, let me tell you something. I seen a nigga take draws off another nigga while he was laying there dead and wore it to a goddamn wedding. I seen that. Now, it ain't like he couldn't go buy his own draws. He took it off a dead man. So they don't care. They don't care, man. I'm telling y'all, man. Take your money, and then another thing too. When you get something, be quiet. Stop talking. And then when your family come around, don't be smiling. Don't be smiling, because this is what you happy for. See, they can sniff it out just like a damn rat. I'm gonna tell you that right now. When you do your business, do it in private. Nobody should know between you and your husband, your children, or you and your boyfriend. Y'all keep y'all mouth closed. Because I'm gonna tell you something. We went way down there to that casino down there, and I hit for $800. And damn it, if they tried to borrow all of it before I got back. Hell no. Hey, you know what I told them on that bus? I said, first of all, my back is hurting. So these seats ain't no damn good. Another thing too, y'all ass was broke when y'all went down here, and your ass gonna be broke when you go back home. So if you think you're gonna ask me for a dime, you can stop doing it, because I ain't giving your ass nothing. So stop asking for something, because you ain't gonna get nothing. So I'm gonna say this in closing. Be careful who you deal with. Be careful who you deal with. Because I'm gonna tell you something. An old cousin or old friend, you'll open your curtain up. You just got to putting your music on, cleaning your house, and you open the curtain, there go your cousin right there. In the window, trying to see your ass in the house. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is what the hell I'm talking about. I ain't seen him in 13 years. What is he doing? I'm gonna tell you, he had a dog beard, and now he got a green one. Where the hell you been? This is what I'm talking about, y'all. Keep your business to yourself. Wendy Williams is in this position because she got in bed with those people. See, when you get in bed, it's like this. I tell these guys all the time. Now I know she fine, I know she look good, but she a little psycho. But no, but her beauty and her shape is fooling you. So you get on in the bed with her, and next thing you know, you do your business, and next thing you know, all of a sudden, she's standing behind your shower curtain while you taking a bath. See, this is what I'm talking about. You knew she was psychotic before you got in the bed with her. And now that you know she's psychotic for real, don't go hollering for your mama now. I've seen this happen too many times. An old cat, OG, he don't feel like he want to sow his oats. He don't went around and got a young girl about 22 years old, and he had a wife around on the other corner. And she found out that he had a wife. And when he went in that shower and took a bath, she stuck him full of holes. This is what she did. That's what you're supposed to do. I ain't screaming and hollering. You're screaming like a damn banshee. That's what it's supposed to be, because you can't fool with people. And that's all I got to say. Women's in this position because she fool with the wrong people. When you play the game, you better play it. Once you become politically correct, you better watch out. And that's all I got to say. And I appreciate you, A2.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you, Uncle Charles. Appreciate you. So I do want to speak on this. I feel like her family did put her in this situation. And what I mean by that, not necessarily in this conservatorship, but I feel that all parties were not looking out for Wendy's best interest. I feel in my heart that Tommy has something to do with this as well too. As well as we know that Bernie, remember her manager, Bernie Young, was the one who originally tried to petition to get Wendy in this guardianship. Remember? Don't forget that. What's up, Princess? Don't forget that. That's very key. Bernie was the one trying to get her in this conservatorship originally. And for whatever reason, the court decided to appoint somebody instead of just having Bernie be the guy. Which, I mean, to tell you the truth, the manager obviously was going to try to take money from her. So they didn't know who to trust. So they appointed somebody from the court. Now, did they appoint the best person? Probably not. Because Lori Schiller was the initial financial advisor. Don't forget that. Wendy told us what we needed to know, what was going on with her money. They were stealing her money. I think it's Lori Schiller. When she was all like, yeah, they're trying to steal my money. She was still in Florida at the time, too. Can I find that? Dang, I don't think I can find it, y'all. Because I don't want to have to play. I know I played it on my channel. Hold on, let me see. Wendy Williams, AT2. Lori Schiller was the original financial advisor who then alerted the court that something was going on with Wendy's money. Let's see. Dang. Dang, y'all, I can't find it. Wendy Williams, Bernie Young. Let me see. Okay, here we go. Found it. Okay, and shout out to this channel, whoever they are. Because let's take it back how she got in this situation in the first place. Okay, here we go.
My thing is that I've been asking questions about my money. And when I began asking questions about my money, suddenly Lori Schiller has got no response.
The financial advisor.
I want my money. This is not fair. And Wells Fargo has no questions and answers with regarding my money. This is not fair. And Lori Schiller and Wells Fargo have this guardianship petition about keeping me away from my money. This is not right.
You heard her. My money.
And you know, away from my money.
Hold on. Let me rewind that back.
Guardianship petition about keeping me away from my money. This is not right. And you know, this is not fair. And this guy named Bernie Young, I know for a fact that Bernie Young used my American Express card to hire an attorney to file a petition against me. That was done with my American Express card. Bernie Young, you're no good. And this is not fair at all. you know? And then there's this person, oh gosh, this, a former, a former doctor, a former doctor, okay, had medical information about me that I never even got. It was sent over to Lori Schiller. So I haven't gotten the stuff. I fired the doctor. And again, all I want to know is, where is my money? This is not right. And certainly,
Because I wonder this, does your doctor work with your bank? Like, that's weird to me, you guys. Does your doctor work with your bank? That is that part I don't get. I don't understand. That's something new to me. And remember, she said she fired. So it seemed like Wendy got wind of what they were trying to do, put her in this guardianship. And remember, she was trying to move her money. And when she tried to move her money, that's when they were like, "Oh, guardianship. Oh, no, you can't move your money." And Wendy wanted to move. It's all coming back to me now. Wendy wanted to move her money because she felt like they were trying to do some shady to her, and they're trying to put her in this guardianship, aka conservatorship. Because what does your doctor have to do with your bank? How does that cross-link together? If there's something going wrong with you, they usually try to tell you, like, "Oh, is there a family member that you trust?" There's more information that you have. You think Kevin? I think Kevin as well. I think Kevin has something to do with this as well, too.
this is not fair. This is not fair. You know, Wells Fargo has used all this stuff to create the guardianship over me. This is not right. And certainly this is not fair. The New York court system is, without evidence, they're being weird to me, this court system. Without evidence, they took all this information and continued with what's going on with me based on what Wells Fargo is doing. This is not fair. This is not fair, you know? And the New York court is treating me like they did in, do you remember Kung Fu judge case? Do you remember that Kung Fu judge case? That's not right, and that is not fair. Lori Schiller, Bernie Young, and Wells Fargo. Please let me have access to my money. This is not right.
So there you have it. Okay, here's Couture Bay. What's up, Couture Bay? How you doing?
Hey, how are you doing? I just wanted to be really quick because I know you were saying, like, how could they do that? It's very simple. So, every bank
Mhm.
in the world, when you make a certain percentage of money, everybody has eyes on you. They even have private investigators. And you can look that up. That's not something I made up. When I was working in DC, my eyes open to a lot of things, a plethora of things. So when you make a certain dollar amount capital, right? The reason why people say don't have all your money in one place, it's very simple because let's say when they want to get rid of you, the Kanye West effect, they will literally deplete your assets, everything. They can freeze your account. I think Kanye West, what did he do? Like 30 days with no access to his money. And when they finally decide to give him money, somebody had to pay him out. I think it was Adidas had to pay him out or something like that. Something weird like that. But it happens. The banks have medical personnel, they have lawyers, they have private investigators, and they also have I forget the word, but it's like a confidential thing, and that's so they can maintain the interest. If you look into
Oh.
if you look into the Freedman Bank that was supposed to be for Black people, that's how they were able to get all that money that was for us and take it from right underneath our noses, our eyes, right before our eyes. And it has a lot to do with Larry Hoover too. So the counterintelligence community, they know what I'm talking about, and it's like I don't want to say the wrong thing to where it's like I'm putting myself in trouble because we sign NDAs and stuff like that. But
Right.
it's very it's very popular. It's very well known. Hence why everybody
Mm.
knows where the banks that don't have jurisdiction to just give the money back to America if something happens. I forget the proper term because it's so late, but anybody can do it. Case in point, when Irv Gotti got all that, what was it, like $500 million or something like that? He said that
Mm-hmm.
was the first time in his life where the bank was like, "Oh, we have the best diabetic this and this," because they want to keep him alive so they can keep that interest in the bank. Because a lot of people don't understand
Oh.
that when you put your money in the bank, they trade with your money. That's part of the
Mm-hmm.
fine print people do not read. And so let's say if the bank goes under, which a lot of banks have been bailed out multiple times, if you really look into it, Wells Fargo has
Right.
been the number one being bailed out. They like to talk about Bank of
Mm-hmm.
America all the time, but Bank of America is still standing. So,
Right. Wells Fargo ain't shit.
so, like, when you really start to research the money, that's why I always say follow the money. You really learn who's doing what, where they're doing it, and why. And there's a reason why the judge took the donation, quote unquote donation, and put certain people. That was a plan set in place long before. So everybody's saying Kelvin, but Kelvin is just some street dude who has no real smart. The only smarts he had was using that thing to get up in Wendy Williams and sticking around. He's pure muscle. He's not brains at all. He's a brute.
Mm-hmm.
As far as everyone else, people forget that Wendy's, I think it was the EP or somebody took himself out last year. I want to say before Sherry Pepper came on
Oh
board.
yeah, there was an EP that unalived themselves. Uh-huh.
And he was tied to her saying he was stealing her money. There was a lot that was going on. That's why I always said I believed everything Wendy said, even though I know to me Wendy's not a liar. I knew she had receipts on that. And people think
Mm-hmm.
New York is just, oh, New York is so great. New York, as liberal as they are, they're super conservative in their ways. This is where
Mm-hmm.
the Kennedy family used a lot of their power to do things to their own children. And Doris
Yep.
Day, who is a billionaire heiress, how she was stripped of her money. Like, people do not understand how the power structures work. Hence why Bloomberg never really fully ran for a presidency, because he didn't want to get caught up in that mess because he's tied to a lot of it too. So I think when people start to look up the socioeconomics and the financial backing of New York, then they'll start to realize why they do things the way they do, why people run away, why Kanye West ran to Wyoming because they don't have the 5150 clause out there, but they do in California. A lot of celebrities get put in that. And you would be surprised. I think Justin Bieber was in one for a
Wyoming.
minute. It was in Wyoming.
Yeah, I was saying, so that's why they're moving to Wyoming. Like all
Yeah,
these celebrities, he's not the only one.
yeah, they don't want to be put in a forced 5150 because that's how they were able to do it to Amanda Bynes. They were able to do it to
Mm-hmm.
Britney Spears. They were able to do, she's like some old actress from the 80s, I forget her name, but she can't even do interviews now. It's a lot of people, and it's not just these regular degular ones. It's the ones who have real wealth. That's how you know who has real money. Britney Spears' family was able to eat off that for 15 years.
Right.
So we're talking about real capital, real wealth, and what was Britney Spears' dad doing? He was breaking Kevin off with almost $1 million in child support a year, and
Mm-hmm.
then making she was on forced birth control, all that type of stuff. It's crazy. Justin Bieber was in one. He got himself out of it somehow. I don't know how he got himself out of that, but It happens. That's why a lot of celebrities feel a certain type of way. Kim was definitely trying to do it to Kanye. That's why he gives her the blues. Because every time he turns around, she was trying to get him to come back so they can do that to him. People really don't understand. When it comes to money, you can't, what did Charles say? You can't even trust family because they don't care.
Right.
They
You
just simply
can't.
don't care. And it's unfortunate and it's sad. That's why I say you gotta be very prayed up and you need to have stuff in place while you're in your right mind, visibly to the world, so that way you're not taken advantage of. I mean, I'm just shocked and surprised that it hasn't happened a lot sooner for a lot of people to wake up and see it. But things take time. It is what it is, but it's crazy. Like, really go back and look. If y'all really look at the people with money, and I'm not talking about just celebrities, I'm talking about the silent money. That's how they were
Hmm.
able to garner all those millions upon billions of dollars. The government was getting all this lucrative assets and equity. It's simple, the law. And that's why I say, when you don't understand the law, you can be tricked out your spot every time. The fact that she said their names, that is beautiful, because what we can do now as people is look them up. Who are they tied to? What are they
Hmm.
connected to? Who else have they done this to? This lady, this conservator, she was sued for stealing millions of dollars from another family
Yep.
who was the silent money. So I'm not shocked that they put this woman on a Wendy Williams. What they hoped from us was the hatred was so deep and sincere we wouldn't pay attention. And
Right. We wouldn't care.
that's why I do not I don't go up for the non-melanated who are speaking on our issues or anything like that, because they're part of uh some insidious plot themselves, because they're just popping up and randomly they're taking off like a rocket. No, we're not allowing that power structure to go to them. And this is why I say shout out to new media. We're doing our work. We cannot fall into the trap of the
Hmm.
Al Sharptons in them, because they didn't care. They took the money, and now we see they got the egg on their face because they're being blasted for stepping fetches and stuff like that. So more
Right.
power to you for waking this up. I knew this, but sometimes it takes a bigger creator to get it out there so people can actually see. And I'm glad she's able to have an attorney in the money. And Tommy is part of the problem. He's probably one of the ones who alerted uh the bank and stuff that she was doing
Right.
this, because they always need one. They have to have somebody from the inside
You need a
help them do
backup.
it,
Yeah. You
because
need
they can't
somebody
do it
from the inside.
alone. You need somebody from the inside. And even though Kelvin was trash, he wouldn't have gave in because he was getting that money. That's how he was able to feed his mistress.
Hmm.
He wasn't going to do anything to put his money at harms. That's why he's so mad now.
Right. It didn't matter how bad Wendy was. He wasn't going to do anything to mess up that money. So, no, I don't believe it was Kevin.
Yeah, I don't either. I think it was Tommy. Tommy seems to be the sellout. He seems to be the weakest link. They always look for the weakest link. That's why y'all have to be strong in your paperwork, 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 paperwork. Y'all have to use the
Hmm.
same laws the white folks is using. Use it to your advantage, because it will protect you. It will help you. And Chris Brown is definitely about to get this money. He's about to be $500 million richer. I'm about to hit up Chris right now because he needs somebody to help him spend it.
Right. Didn't you say you met Chris Brown before?
Yeah, I met Chris Brown a couple of times. Yeah.
And because I remember you said like you never had an issue with
I
skin
never
color
had an
at all, right?
issue, even as I know people don't like to. They think I be trolling when I say I'm a dark skinned black woman, but
You,
uh,
but you would be considered dark skinned. That is right, though. Yeah.
um, I think people have to understand if whatever is aesthetically pleasing for the person. And do people have preferences? Yes. Does Chris Brown has a
Hmm.
preference? I'm sure he does. Okay. Look at the women he's had children with. They're all light skinned, but at the end of the day,
Hmm.
pretty is pretty. No matter what somebody's preference is, pretty will always stand out. Baby, I am dark chocolate,
All right.
dark
And you,
chocolate.
and Couture, there was one time. Oh, we might get in trouble, but fuck it. Let's do it. Let's wake it up. You was talking about how like you would say like you're dark skinned, and then people would say that you had pretty privilege or you have featureism.
Yes, because my nose is smaller. I have a curl pattern. Um, People don't understand I purposely do not wear my hair out, and
Hmm.
that's a choice. I made that choice a very long time ago. Like when I really let my hair like breathe, people be like, "Oh, what products do you use?" Um, Phenotype. It's just different, and I get it. You see me in person,
Right.
so
Hmm.
I understand all that, but people don't also know just because you're beautiful, people want to take advantage of that beauty. It's not because they
Yeah.
want to worship it and love it. The world has taught humans to like if beautiful things are meant to
Hmm.
be possessed. So it's not. There's some perks to it, but there's also a lot of bad. People just don't care to hear it. That's why they don't want to see pretty tears. They hate all that.
But I feel that black people look, we can look like anything because we were the first humans on Earth. You know, we are the humans.
Yeah, we are.
So
We are the
yeah,
gods.
even if you look at the continent of Africa, they all look different. Like they don't all look the same. Like we are what made up the world. So when you look at it, yeah, we don't all look alike, and there's nothing wrong with that. So I hate when they say the featureism because I almost feel like you gotta look big nose, big lips, big everything.
I
Look a certain. I'm trying not to say the
No,
word,
I know what
but
you're saying because they literally think that the androgynous features of a phenotypically African American or indigenous black FBA ADOS, whichever one you want to go by, the natives, that that is the look. And I've had black men with black mothers and fathers tell me what is in my family just simply by looking at my hair. Hence why I put my hair up because I know it's a goal. I could easily get go viral because my hair alone. You know,
mhm,
I feel like I look like a black woman, but for some reason, when people are in my face, they're like looking for something. I don't know what the something is, and it's weird.
yeah.
It's weird to me, but when people do it, I just act oblivious to it. Because I know what they introduced. Now, did we get kicked out? I've been to Chris Brown's mansion. He has a couple of them. I've been to both of them. And I've
Mm,
never had an issue. I wasn't in there getting tossed up or anything. I don't know if people was in there getting tossed up, but he was cool. He likes to party, likes to dance. He was a
mm.
vibe. I saw him pre Rihanna and then I saw him post Rihanna. And both times he was cool. So I
Okay, both
don't
time.
know.
Okay,
I don't know.
yeah. Eh,
I don't have his phone number or nothing like that, but I didn't get kicked out because of how I looked. And my homegirl is very dark, very, very dark, and he didn't kick her
mhm.
out. So I think it's just a pretty thing. Maybe whatever they view is beautiful. It could be the bodyguards. You never know because um
Right.
they only want a certain type. We've been to you're from California, you already know. If the
Hmm.
bodyguards don't want you in, you're not getting in. But I think it's something
Right.
you got to possess something because honestly and truly, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, and I want to clarify too. Like, I would consider Couture brown skin, but on the scale, we usually see light and dark. So she would be on the dark scale more than the light scale. So yeah, I don't think so. I wouldn't be like, oh yeah, she dark skin. If anything, I would say she's brown skin. But usually we pick light and dark, and then yeah,
Yeah,
there's red
they
bone and
forget
all that.
they
But
forget about us in between. So I just go with dark
yeah.
skin. I'm black like his shirt. Thank you. If I want to be dark like his shirt, let me have that. I'm dark skinned.
Right,
Y'all
let me have it.
I'm not delusional. Trust me. I say this in real life. I put my arm up against people. I'm like, you see how dark skinned I am? They're like, girl, bye. But
Yeah.
honestly and truly,
Thank you, Sarah.
I think it's about aesthetic when it comes to men. If you're not
Mhm.
aesthetically pleasing to them, if their pheromones don't match with your pheromones, it's never
Mm,
going to happen. It is what it is. And I think
right.
because we don't have these classes anymore, we don't have basic biology. People don't understand basic biology. They don't understand how the body operates. It's something about you that they don't like. And be comfortable with
Mm,
that. Why would y'all want I say this all the time. Why would y'all want to be the girls who get tossed to the side. I see it all the time. I have
Mhm.
my friends are very wealthy, and the way some of
Mhm.
them treat women, uh, I don't understand. But that but
Yeah.
y'all be over there folding yourselves like a pretzel to be they type. It's crazy to me. I think if people uh yeah, brown sugar, no, I'm dark
I
skinned.
like
What?
that. Oh yeah,
I'm
don't
dark
call her
skinned.
brown. She's dark. Don't call her. Yo, this is like a rare occasion where somebody fighting to be dark. Damn it, leave them alone.
Like, oh my God, they don't want me to have nothing. Me and Naomi Campbell can be
Yeah.
sisters.
So speaking of rich men, so do you have a preference? Like, do you date like the rich white man, or you take the rich black? It doesn't matter to you.
Oh, as long as he has money, and when I'm talking about money, I'm
Mhm.
talking about real wealth. Like I'm not talking about somebody who's out here with a bust down rollie and a chain. And no, I'm talking about
Mhm.
assets, equity, money in the bank. They got 10,000 just in the checking alone, stuff like that. And I can physically see it. And yes, ladies, they will show you, they will log into that thing so you can see it,
They
give
so
you
you make
access
them
to the
show the
card.
receipt,
We
show the
don't do
bank
that. I get a
statement,
receipt. I need the real proof. Give me the card. Give me
put
the
the
card with
bank
the
statement
pen.
online.
I need to be able to log into it and see it for myself. But yeah, I don't have no type. Wealthy men is the only thing that I like. It don't matter if he's Asian, persuasion, butter pecan, dark as the sun, light as a dove. Like, no, as long as he has wealth, we could start there. That's the
Yeah.
number one.
Couture
First
Day
black.
is from New
I am from New
Orleans.
Orleans, yes.
Mhm.
I'm dark skinned. Let me have my stuff. Let me have my things.
She fighting, y'all. She fighting.
Let me have my things. You see, now if I would have came up here like Flo from Love and Hip Hop Miami, I'm a light skinned girl. Y'all would have been different.
Right, you know what that is true, because if you came up here and talk about, oh yeah, I'm light skinned, people be like, oh, she anti-black, she hate herself, she a color, yeah,
Yeah, they're crazy. No, when it comes to honestly and truly date who likes you, but don't be a fool.
yes,
Like, do not be a fool. I've told, and I would tell you this, AT2, if she got some money and she likes you, date her, shoot. Because, she might be dating you for a reason. Who knows? I
mm-hmm.
just say, why fold yourself like a pretzel? Like, I'm not doing anything different. I'm just not dating poor. I'm not dating
Right. And Ronnie
pretend
said it
well.
perfectly. Ain't no sense in dating poor. Shit, I'm poor on my own. Yeah.
Yeah, and people don't understand education is key. That's how you can get around these affluent men. They're bored. Y'all think they like these IG models and these baddies? Some of them don't. They just date them because they're pretty. They can't talk to them about nothing. They don't understand
Mm-hmm.
anything. All they
No
know how to do
intellect.
is say Chanel, Van Cleef, uh, uh, AP. I want to bust down 613 middle part. That's all. That's why the boys know what it is.
That is true, yeah.
It's honestly, I don't think, to me, I don't think Chris Brown is colorist. I think he's just into women. And because he is a lover boy, he's going to have a lot of women. And these bodyguards are the real colorists, but we're not going to talk about that, you know.
Right. And you know what? I never thought about it until you said it, but I really do think, like you said, it's more of the bodyguards than anything, because before the girls even would get to the celebrity, you got to go through the bodyguard. Well, the entrance, then the bodyguard. Like, there's layers to it.
Yeah, and being a baddie is a lot of work. Y'all don't want to do that, because if y'all did,
Mm.
y'all would. Y'all don't even want to do your hair. Y'all think smiling is appeasing the man when people need to see if your teeth are straight. They need to see what they're working with. Sometimes smiling will get you there. I've gotten more with a smile than I do without smiling. You just have to understand what it is. I think people They hate beautiful things. That's why they want it to be prized possessions. Would you date a light skinned pretty boy or a dark brother that dress well? Who has the most money?
Right. Who has the money? Who has? That's what you care about. Who
Who
has the
is the
money?
generous man of the two? The light skinned man or that dark skinned brother? I'm dating the generous man. And that's another thing. Wealth is not attributed to how generous they are because there's some rich, stingy men. And when I'm talking about stingy,
Hmm.
I'm talking about super stingy. I cannot believe y'all are out here like that. That's why they hate Drake. Drake is not stingy with his money.
Mm, that's
But
what it
Future
is.
is. Yeah.
Oh, but future. Okay. Yeah. Future. Yeah. Definitely. I
Future is
mean.
stingy with his money. Like you gotta do too much. Drake, on the other hand, that's why they call him Rich Baby Daddy. He's a lover boy. He don't even have to do anything with you. He'll give it to you. Like, who doesn't love that? Like, man, y'all
Right.
keep
You ain't
going
got
over
to
there.
do nothing for it. Yeah.
Don't even have
Okay.
to do
Okay.
nothing for it. Just that's why people be like Kendrick Lamar. Like, I think Kendrick Lamar is dope, but he's cheap too. He's a true Gemini man.
Oh, you know what? They talk about light skinned Keisha. To me, light skinned Keisha is not light skinned.
She said she called herself that because it was like three Keishas, and I guess like of the three, one was like a red bone, the other one was dark skin. So she said, "I'm gonna be light skinned Keisha," and it's she's in Atlanta, y'all. Like she knows she's not light skinned. She doesn't act like she's light skinned. She
Mm.
acts like a Atlanta girl. I don't even I don't
Okay,
even
so
know why
that's
they're
how you
caught
would
up in that.
explain her. Okay. Okay.
I, I don't know why they get caught up in that. She did an interview about that. I mean, if she want to call herself light skin Keisha, oh well. I mean, do y'all care really? Do y'all want her life? Do y'all really? Are y'all listening to her music? No.
No. Yeah. No.
Are y'all watching her on Power? No. Like
Wait, she's on Power?
she's on one of them powers. He has so many.
Oh.
I don't watch that show. Don't pull my black card, y'all. But
Yeah,
I do
I know.
not
I
watch
don't
that
watch it
show.
either. That's what's like, oh, she on there? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
It's
Well,
not my
shout out
cup
to
of
light skinned
tea.
Keisha.
It's not my cup of tea, but I think I do believe when it comes to black and white, we should definitely draw a line in the sand because we got to hold them accountable. And I love
Right.
what you did with the Carrie Underwood and stuff. Yeah, hold them accountable.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. Because we could be mad at Snoop and all of them, which I'm gonna do a video because I think some people miss this part, and it's gonna be all like, oh, now it makes sense. Not excusing him, but it's gonna make sense. But with Carrie Underwood and everything like that, no, they need to get it too. That
Yeah.
one folk singer, I don't know if she's like folk music or country. Her name is Jewel. She performed at the inauguration ball too.
Ain't nobody care about
So
no
she
damn Jewel. And she be writing all them kid books too. Oh my goodness. Did she do it
but
for
what I'm
money?
saying
Because
is
that's what Stephen A. Smith said. They was getting some money in their pocket. They made six figures. Stuff you had to
Stephen
make
A.
in a
Smith
year.
is the same as Charlemagne. They are harmful to the black community. We need to cancel Stephen A. Smith and Charlemagne. I'm gonna start the campaign. We need to
I'm with
cancel
you.
them.
I
They
cussed
are
them out today.
harmful.
When you said Jill Stein, I said F her S. I was happy somebody else said it with
Yes, F. Jill
me.
Stein. Damn it.
That Karen Smith ceasefire.
Right.
You will never. No, but these look at the people who are trying to take over Wendy's money, white folk. And
Mm-hmm.
her ghetto brother who didn't make nothing of himself. Child, a mess.
Right. You right about that.
I don't know. I just think I think we're at a time where I love what you said. They refuse to make sure these white men documentaries go viral. And that's because they don't push it. They're not having their content creators speak on it.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird to me because that Amber Combry situation was
Right.
crazy. I remember the males, and my mom used to say it, and one of the base squad did too. I was not allowed to shop there because their aesthetic was too sexy for us. It was
Mm-hmm.
like dark lights, um, It just gave soft P. And then you had Hollister, where it's like bright and for it to be for the teens, because that's who he was targeting, teen boys. It just was
Yep, that's
weird.
what he wanted.
It was like some weird firefighter calendar. You know how they do their like buy the calendars for the firefighters where they're all like with their
Yeah,
skirts off and stuff.
their annual ads and yeah, all that.
It was weird. It was always mostly males too. That's probably why my mom was like, "No, I don't care what you looking at in the store." No,
No, hell no.
she was like, it's grown." She was like, "It's a grown store," so I had to wait until I
Yeah.
was grown to buy the jeans.
Oh, and happy birthday to Mama Bay, by the
Oh,
way.
thank you. She's gonna love that. Thank you guys.
Yeah, happy birthday to Mama Bay.
Yeah, shall we up for her? I'm like, oh my gosh, I spent way too much money on her birthday gift, but she deserves it, I guess. No, I'm playing.
Aw.
She deserves it. Why make the money if you're not gonna spend it?
Right, exactly.
Yes,
All right, Katorbe, thank you for coming up. I appreciate you as always. And I love your insight on things because a lot of people don't know, like, you're around, you've been around. And so you know things from an insider perspective where people don't know that about you.
yes, definitely look into those banks. I suggest everybody read their bank stuff because ever since the bailout, the first one, which was what was that 2008 during the
Yeah,
Obama
2008.
administration, that really alerted me to how the banks operate. That's why I'm very leery of doing anything financial wise with a lot of these banks because they can literally steal your money and get away with it. I mean, it's happened since the Great Depression, but definitely do that. As Black people, we have to stay super vigilant because nobody is coming to rescue us. As you see,
Right.
the J community didn't even care what Elon did, so I guess we shouldn't care either. So thank you, ATT, for letting me up.
You're welcome. Thank you, Katorbe, for coming. I appreciate you. All right, y'all. We're gonna go ahead and end the show right there. This was a great show. I gotta download an app so I can kind of mess with my camera and stuff like that because I kind of, at first I didn't like being so far from you guys, but now I like it because I look skinnier. So I like being kind of far away. So y'all can stop calling me fat SAT2, even though I'm fat. But I love y'all. Thank y'all for being here. Shout out to Melanie for holding it down. I don't know if Demetria is still here or not, but shout out to Melanie. Shout out to all the AT tubers in the chat. Shout out to Katorbe for coming up. Uncle Charles. I appreciate y'all. Let me know what you guys think about the show. Replay crew. I love y'all. Deuces. But we out.